We're now going to work on the player health as displayed on the inventory menu. Okay, so we need to go back into our 2D mode. We're going to find our canvas, just double click on that in order to zoom out. Okay, I'm going to drag the game over to the right so that I can see both of them at the same time. Just give myself a little bit more space there. Okay, good. And obviously I want to switch the inventory menu panel back on so that we can see this. Now we want the health to be displayed here at the bottom. So we already have a number of elements already on the inventory menu panel. Now we need a bit more text on the bottom. So let's just right click, choose UI and text. And I want to drag this down to about here. And I want it to kind of be in the center roughly, so there's going to be one part there and one part next to it. Let's just call this health label. Okay, we're going to make the color of this white, and we're going to set the size of this to about 22. Okay, that's better, we can see that. We're going to type health and then space and then a colon. Great. Okay, so that's health label. Now we're going to duplicate this. So let's duplicate this one and let's call this one health amount. Okay, this time the color of this is going to be more of a sort of a reddish type color. Okay, in fact I'm going to type in an hexadecimal code for a slightly better red. EE0F0F. Okay, I quite like this red. And the size of this is going to be 47. And we're going to move this one over to about here. Now notice that it's disappeared because of the big size of this. So let's go back to the rect tool and let's just open this up a little bit. Alright, that's good. And now we can move this up so that it's sort of aligned with the health. There we go. And in here I'm going to type 100%. Okay, so you can see the health is 100%. Now obviously we're going to be changing this with code. Now it's not a raycast target, so we can uncheck that, and we can do the same with the health label. Okay, but what we're going to be doing in the script that we're going to create in a second is we're going to be accessing this text component and basically just changing this amount. So let's go into my scripts then and right click, create, and let's create a new script, and we will call this one player health. Let's just double click this one to open it. Okay, we need to access a new collection at the top, so we're going to say using Unity Engine .ui, since we're going to be accessing the user interface collections for this. Okay, so the first thing that we need then is to access the text itself. So let's just serialize a field, and it's of type text, and I'm going to call it PH text, as in player health text. Okay, so that's all we need for this one. So for the start, what we're going to say is that PH text dot text equals, and we're going to create this in a second, save script dot player health. We're going to have a variable called player health on the save script that's going to determine what that number should be, and then we're going to add to this. So let's in quotation marks a percentage symbol on the end. So we've got a squiggle, so we now need to define that in the save script. So it's going to be a public static and it's going to be of type integer, since I only want this to be whole numbers only, not floats, and it's just simply going to be called player health, okay, which equals 100 to begin with. So now the squiggle has gone, and obviously when we start this, that means that obviously the number will read 100 when we begin. Okay, so under the update, what we need first of all to do is to actually take some health off. So for now, and I'm just going to put temp, because this is just temporary, we're going to say if input.get key down, key code, let's just say H for health. Okay, so if we hit H, we're actually going to take some health off of our player health. So we're going to say save script dot player health minus equals equals 10. Okay, so minus a value that is equal to 10. So it starts at 100, it should go down to 90 once we've done this. Now we have to update the text again, because obviously the start is only running once right at the beginning of the game. We need to run it every time that the health is detracted. Okay, so we're just going to copy this line, Control and C, Control and V to put it in place. Okay, and now what we're going to say is we need to display the health if we pick an item up. Okay, so we're going to use apples. Every time that you pick an apple up, it gives you a bit of extra energy and improves your health. Okay, but to do this, we need to go back to save script. We need another public static, and this one is going to be a boolean, and it's going to be display health. Okay, and it equals false to begin with. Or rather, actually, because we want that to be displayed at all times, let's set that to true. Actually, it's only set to false if and when we're updating the health, so it can switch it off temporarily, replace it with a new value, and then switch it back on again. Okay, so under player health, we're going to say if save script dot display health is equal to true, then instantly we're going to set save script dot display health equals false, so we can switch it off for a second, and then we're going to display this text. Control and C, Control and V. Okay, so as soon as it displays true, it switches it off and then displays the new text, so it updates it basically. So that is our health text. So let's drag this onto the health amount there. So player health onto the health amount, and it's asking for PH text, which obviously is going to be the health amount. Okay, so it's going to access this and update it. Now obviously we can detract the health. Now we want a pickup, let's say an apple, that we can put into the scene that's going to allow the health to go back up again. Alright, so I'm going to leave that task for you to actually create the apple the exact same way that you did before with all the weapons, and then we're going to work on the script that's going to update the health. Now if you feel that you're confident enough to do that on your own, feel free to have a go at actually updating that text on your own. But obviously I am going to show you how to do that in the next episode anyway, but give it a go, see what you can do.